Okay, yeah, let's just get all the way flat on our backs. And let's all have our knees bent, feet to the floor tonight. And this is something I did last week. I might have done it the week before too, I'm not sure. Just little hip drops. So lifting up your hips just a few inches and then you just let them drop kind of heavily to the floor, like a little bounce, even if that feels okay on your body. So a little lift and then drop. No, just do that 3 or 4 times. Hi, Pickles. And then after that last one, really just tune into that whole area and feel the flatness of the lower back, feel it kind of spread out. Feel your connection with the floor. Tailbone turned under just a little bit. And just notice how good that feels generally for most of us. And if your chin is not already kind of tucked a little bit, go ahead and do that so your neck is nice and long. We might get into the neck a little bit tonight too. And let's just start to breathe nice and slowly in and out through the nose. And maybe hands to the belly, just so that you have that tactile kind of reference to breathe into. So feel the belly expand, breathe into the hands. And then just relax and let it flow out. In through the nose, down the throat, into the lower lungs, filling up the belly. Letting it go. With each round of breath, let go of some aspect of your day. Maybe it's just that mental busyness and kind of just disconnecting from the thoughts and the speed of the thoughts. Maybe it's an emotional charge that you've been kind of engaged in all day or for a portion of the day. Maybe it's physical holding or tightness that you can consciously soften. There is so much that we have control of in our bodies and our minds by simply taking the time to hit the pause button, noticing what it is we're creating for ourselves, and then choosing something different. I invite you next time you're feeling bad or stressed about something, notice the thought or thoughts that are feeding into your feeling of feeling bad or stressed, and see if you can just pick a different one that makes you feel good. And that's a really powerful practice. When we flood our bodies and our minds with positive emotions, it's actual chemistry, it's actual molecules that we are producing in our bodies and our brains. And those are what keep us healthy. Those are what keep us young. Those are what keep us disease-free and resilient. So truly, it's a self-preservation and well-being self-care practice to choose thoughts that create feel-good emotions. All right, now you're going to start to rock the knees side to side. Maybe close your eyes and breathe nice and slowly as you start to move the legs. So you can inhale as you come to center, and you can exhale as you let them drop. When thoughts come in, just notice them and see if you can release them and just come back to the feeling of the legs moving, that transfer of the weight to different areas of the lower back. And then next time you come to center, go ahead and drop them to the right, and you can feel free to lift that left foot off the floor so you can stack your knees. Going into a deeper twist, left arm out to a T. We're going to add in tonight something called box breath as we hold the postures. Okay, so when you inhale, you can take your right hand to outer left near thigh. Feel free if you want. I always offer this to extend that top leg if you want to get more of a stretch through the outer hip, pressing out through the heel. You can do that, or you can just keep the legs bent. Okay, so box breath. It's an even count. In, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So it's a box, all same counts. Okay, so we'll just do a 4 count to start. So everybody exhale, empty out your belly, soften your back. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round in this pose. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breath. Hold the breath out. 4. What did I mess up? Oh shoot! I feel like I messed up. Sometimes I do that when I'm trying to do too many things at once. Just keep doing it. You're doing it right. I know. I'll do better on the next round. After that final release, just stay here. Ground your left shoulder a little bit more. Maybe twist a little bit deeper in the lower back. Draw the belly back towards the spine. And then on your next inhale, come to center. Level your hips. They probably shifted. And then take both knees into your chest. And then as you're ready, full breath in. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Same thing, whatever you'd like to do with that top leg. It could be straight or bent. Right arm out to the side, ground your shoulder. And now we'll do the box breathing on this side. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally. Deepen the posture. Relax the face. And then when you're ready, your next inhale will take you back to center. Same thing as before. Level those hips. Bring the knees to the chest. Rock a little side to side. So that breath, it's sometimes called box breath. It's sometimes called square breathing. In yoga, it's called samavriti, same wave breath. It's actually endorsed by the Navy SEALs, by the government, as a stress relieving technique that they use in the military. One of the Navy SEALs, somebody high up in one of the high up Navy SEALs really kind of brought that to light and made it more popular in the mainstream as far as that sector of the world goes. Rock the knees one more time side to side, and we're going to add on a little core strengthening here too. Okay, so arms out to a T if they're not already. Knees lift up into the air. Option here to put a block between your knees. Yeah, block between your knees. Don't have to. It just gives you a little something to kind of engage into. Makes this a little bit more of a powerful exercise. Okay, and so in a second, we're going to go left and right to a 4 count. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of a hold in between, and we're going to be engaging, and we're going left and right. So we'll start in the center. We're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, drop the knees right 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the pose 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, drop them left 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop right 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. Hold the pose 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop left 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath 4, 3, 2, 1. And now just continue. You can either stay with the box or you can release the retention part and just exhale and inhale. It's up to you. Just take a couple more rounds each side, whichever version you like best, counting to yourself. Finishing up whatever round will bring you back to balance. We'll end up in center together whenever you're ready. Then take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. So we're going to do a little bit more core in these classes than we used to. Because it seems like just about everybody likes and wants little core strengthening. I don't think you get too much of it really. All right, so we're going to use the block again. What I want you to do, we should stretch first. We should stretch that right leg up in the air, grab the back of the right thigh, and draw that leg towards you. So right toes up towards the ceiling, draw the leg towards you. Oh, we lost somebody, didn't we? No, we didn't. We're good. Now flex the foot, draw that toes towards you. Heel presses up. And now opposite, press the toes up towards the ceiling. And then flex again. And now straighten the other leg flat on the ground. Okay, so the right leg is up, flexing and pointing a little bit. Keep your left leg flat on the floor, pressing out through the heel. And then go ahead and walk your hands up that right leg. As far as feels okay, draw your body towards the leg and the leg towards the body. Beautiful. And now lower the shoulders back down. We're going to make some circles with the legs. So arms can be in different places. You can have them out to a T. You can have them alongside the body. If your lower back's bothering you, tuck them underneath the seat. All we're going to do is make some little clockwise circles. So we'll start small. So, like maybe 6-inch circles or something like that. And imagine you're drawing them with your heel. Okay, so keep your foot flexed. Now I want you to press your lower back down into the ground as you're doing this, your belly into your spine. And I want you to notice if you stop breathing. So breathe in nice and deep. Go ahead and make those circles bigger. And make sure you're drawing them in close to you too. So they're not just easy circles. You're really engaging the core. You're pressing the lower back down. Bigger still. Moving with control. Speed is not the point. It's more about steady control. All right, let's switch directions. Counterclockwise. Big. Belly in. Slow, deep breaths. Flexed foot. Okay, a little smaller. Thanks, buddy. Hey, come here. Thank you. All right, and now just be still. Draw that leg as close to you as you can without grabbing it. And then exhale with control, belly in, lower it down to the floor and rest. Full breath in. Full breath out. Rock your feet side to side. Bounce your legs a little bit to get the circulation flowing through them completely. And then let's get a nice stretch into that left leg before we do our circle. So left leg up. Go ahead and grab the thigh. Draw that leg in nice and close. Toes towards you, press up through the heel, lower back flat, belly in. Steady breaths in and out through the nose. And now point the toes. And then flex again. And now walk your hands up the leg as far as feels okay. Lift your shoulders off the ground. Draw the leg towards you, towards the leg. Right leg is strong too, pressing out to that heel. Breathing. And then release the back down. Keep flexing the foot. Remember, we're drawing circles with the heel. And let's start with counterclockwise. Okay, counterclockwise circles. A little smaller. Press that back down. Engage the core. And now bigger. And this is really more of a hip flexor strengthener than a core, but that's important too. And then even bigger. Important thing about hip flexors is you want to get the perfect degree of strength and flexibility in them in order for your back to feel good. Super strong, inflexible hip flexors, not great. Super loose, weak hip flexors, not great. Okay, switch directions. Nice big clockwise circles. With control, full breaths, belly in, a little smaller. And now be still, draw that leg close to you. And release both legs down. Rest, breathe, close the eyes. Super slow in. Let's do one round of square breathing. Inhale, 1, 2, let's make it a little longer. 3, 4, 5, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally. Rock the feet a little bit. Bounce the legs. And full breath in. Exhale out the mouth. All right, now we're going to do something that some people call reverse sit-ups, and we're going to use the block. Okay, the block is going to be between the knees. Okay, and you're going to keep your lower back down, or you're going to keep your, lower back and upper back, whole back down. Arms by the sides, palms facing down, hands near the hips, or you can tuck them underneath. And all you're doing is you're going to try and keep a 90 degree at the knees, and you are going to squeeze them and then barely kiss the ground with your heels. You're going to keep your feet flexed. You're going to barely touch, and then you're going to take the legs back up. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Okay, move with control. Keep squeezing the block. Keep your lower back flat. If it's too much to get the heels to the floor, don't go all the way. Smooth breath, smooth face. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you take it back in. A few more. If it's really challenging, tuck your hands underneath. It helps. 3 more. I'm going to make sure Anna does this class because I think it's a really good one for her. Feet back to the floor. Take your block. Lift your hips, place it underneath the sacrum, and let's stretch out our abdomen and our hip flexors after all of that work. So make sure it's a little bit more towards the glutes than the mid back. And if it feels okay, straighten your legs. If that doesn't feel okay, don't straighten them. Full body stretch would be arms overhead, if you like. And breathe. Relax the body. If you like, do a round of square breath on your own. Pick a count that works great, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Let this be a breathing technique you add to your toolbox. Can help you fall asleep at night if your mind's racing. One more breath in. And let it go. All right, bend those knees. Lift your hips. Actually, don't lift them yet. Let's take the legs straight up and just be inverted for a moment. Let's let the blood flow in the other direction. If you need to, you might need to adjust the block a little bit. Just get it somewhere where it's comfortable and makes it easy for you to keep the legs up. And then just feel that blood flowing in the other direction. It's like this magic tonic for the nervous system, the heart. It's almost like you're floating. Just breathe slowly. One round of square breath if you like. Count to yourself. I could literally just stay here for so long. Feels so good. So another toolbox, you're having a rough day, you're on your feet all day, you're stressed, or anxious, anything that's got you just like in need of a reset, do this. Grab your block. You don't have to do any preparation for it, really. Just grab your block and any other things that you like at your house, 2 in the afternoon, noon, 4 o'clock, whenever, and just get your feet up. Do this and just notice how it's an instant reset for the nervous system. All right, we're going to lower the legs. Go ahead and bend them and take them to the floor. I like your pants, Rachel. And then lift your hips, lower them down. And let's take the knees into the chest, nice and wide, and let them rock side to side. All right, full breath in. Exhale, let it go. All right, so I'm going to give you guys choices for the next pose. So we did a lot of work in the hip flexors and our quads, so now I want us to stretch them. Your options are to lay on your belly and you grab the heel of the foot or the ankle, sorry, like this, like we've done. The other option is to do a hero pose, which means you would sit on a block or maybe a bolster or maybe nothing. And your knees would be bent and you would lean back like this. Okay, so you decide. If you want to flip over on your belly and grab 1 foot at a time, you can do that. If you want to sit in hero, you can do both legs or you can do 1 leg at a time. All right, so I'm going to prompt a switch of the legs. And if you're not doing 1 leg at a time, then you're just going to stay. Okay, so the one tip if you're going to do hero is to move that calf flesh out of the way. And then you fold the legs. And for me, the further I go back, the more my knees kind of need to spread. And you don't want them to pop up in the air. So keep pressing your knees down. And if you're belly down, press your hips into the floor. Press, press, press those hips into the floor. And then once you get situated, breathe. Relax your chest. Relax your face. Sometimes I sit on a blanket and use my blocks as forearm rests in this pose too, or a bolster. Okay, we're going to take 3 more breaths here and then we'll slowly come out and then we'll switch sides if you're doing both sides. Okay, after your next exhale, if you're on your belly, go ahead and just release both legs. Maybe bend your knees, rock your feet side to side, releasing the lower back. You can rock your hips. If you're seated, gently just come out and switch legs, extend the other leg. And then grab the other leg if you're on your belly. Lean back if you're seated. Another thing, if you're doing hero pose, which is the one I'm in, press your hips up a little bit as you press those knees down. Pickles, what are you doing? Get over here. I don't trust those sounds. All right, two more breaths wherever you are. If you're in reclined hero, carefully bring yourself back up. If you're laying on your belly, release both feet, same movements as before. Bend the knees, rock the hips. Just come to sitting to kneeling if you did hero, and just rest your hands on your thighs for a moment and just breathe. Feel the effects of that posture, those postures. And then let's all take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And we are going to come to lying on our bellies, everybody. Ideally, you want room above and behind, above you to reach your arms forward. Okay, everyone just rock your hips, loosen them up a little bit. And then on your next inhale, I want you to reach your right arm up and your left leg up. Look down at the mat and your head too. So your chest, your head, right arm, and your left leg. Press your hips down. Reach, reach, reach. Engage your left hamstring. Breathe. And then slowly exhale, lower back down. You can take your forehead to the floor. You can rock your hips, roll your forehead. Just breathe. And then left arm lifts this time with your chest and your head and your right leg. Press your hips down. You're looking down towards the mat. Your chin is tucked. Engage, 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 and lift. And lower. Same as before, release, relax. And now, option, both arms, both legs. If that's too much, maybe just do the legs or just do the arms. Okay, whenever you're ready, lift. Press your hips down. Inhale a little higher. And exhale, lower down, chest or chin or forehead can rest on the hands. Rock your hips a little side to side and breathe. Okay, another back strengthener, and then we'll move into some more juicy stretches. Okay, so hands back behind your head, elbows out, pressing your hips down. Simply inhale, lift up the chest with the elbows out as high as works for you. Exhale, lower down. The chin might touch the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Couple more. I lied, one more. And then relax, release, be still, rest the chin or forehead, rock your hips. And then let's come on to forearms here. Just so we can turn our head left and right, because that's kind of a lot for the neck. I just want us to get a little movement there. Just turning side to side, nothing crazy. All right, so Jackie, I don't know if you're gonna do this one or not. You might just do it on one arm. I'll give you an option in a sec, but this is the one where we extend one arm and then so my right arm is extended here and I'm using my left arm to kind of help me roll open onto my right side, and then my left foot comes behind me for balance. My left hand is here. So this is a chest in front of a shoulder stretch. And Jackie, if you don't want to do that one, you can kind of hang out in a sphinx if that feels good. I know that I'm pretty sure I remember this is one of your PT exercises, I think. You can also let your head hang and kind of get a nice stretch in the back of the neck, or anything else you feel like doing. Okay. And we'll just take a few breaths here. Quite a few breaths. And I'll give you something else to do for the other side, Jackie, rather than holding Sphinx. 3 more slow, steady breaths, everybody. And then when you're finished, you're going to come back to center. And you're going to extend the other arm out, and you're going to switch. Rolling onto the other side, letting that foot come back behind you. And Jackie, why don't you just go into a child's pose if you'd rather come out of Sphinx? And if you want, you can put your hands on some blocks just to get a little bit more of a chest shoulder stretch in your child's pose. Slow breaths wherever you are, everyone. Two more. And then eventually back to center. And we will all meet back in that child's pose posture, optional hands on blocks. Taking them nice and wide. So you'll have them at least as like wide And it's not just your hands, your wrists and your forearms will be on the blocks too. Letting your chest drop. Arms extended, breathe. Rock your hips. Take a full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come forward to a tabletop, maybe with your hands on your blocks. And then let's take a little downward dog. Hands on blocks, and take a shorter downward dog and take a wider downward dog. So your feet are wider, your heels are to the floor, and then you have more weight in your legs than you normally do. So really imagine your hips drawing back, your back flattening, your chest dropping. So kind of like how you have your arms in child's pose, and then you're feeling a nice deep stretch in those legs. Smooth, steady breaths in and out. Turn your tailbone up. Pull your hips back a little further. Breathe. The majority of your weight should be in your feet. Your arms are just resting on, the hands are just resting on blocks to get some length in the spine. All right, and then you'll start to walk your feet forward a little bit and take them more like hip width. Standing straight leg forward fold. Hands can be on blocks or the floor. Weight forward out of your heels. Turn your tailbone up. Let your hands rest. Let your arms hang. Let your torso hang. Breathe slowly in through the nose. Slowly out. Two more just like that. And then when you're finished, you're going to bend your knees and start to roll up very slowly. Until you can come to a standing posture, shoulders back and down, palms face forward. Let's throw in my favorite breathing practice, the rainbow breath, okay? Feel your feet firmly rooted, nice and broad, soles of your feet. Weight in your heels, palms face forward. And as you inhale, imagine you're breathing up the left side of the body to the crown. And as you exhale, down the right side of the body, up the sole of the foot. Inhale up through the right side. Exhale down the left. Up left. Down right. One more round, up and over. And then just breathe normally. Lean back a little bit like you are leaning against a wall. And then we're going to inhale our arms up overhead. Cross your right foot in front of your left foot. And now come forward. Standing forward fold, hands on the floor or blocks. Getting into a little bit deeper into that back leg. Turn your tailbone up slightly, let your chest and your belly fall towards that front leg. Breathe. And then you're going to stay folded forward. You're just going to uncross the feet, take them parallel once again, and just stay forward. Tailbone up. Soften the belly, shake out the torso, make sure you're not holding anywhere. And then bend your knees and roll up the spine. Close your eyes, be still, lean back, palms face forward, breathe. Next, inhale, arms float up. Cross, left foot in front of right. Exhale, swan dive down. Weight forward a little bit more into the hands. Pressing into the balls or the ball of that right foot as you turn your tailbone up and bend your left knee. Let the torso hang. Breathe and relax. Uncross the feet. Hang forward. I think one of the greatest things about having, a long time yoga practice is, and one where we hold postures for long periods of time, is like you get better at doing those little internal adjustments without me prompting them. Like when we're hanging here for a long time, hopefully after hearing my voice enough times and doing it enough times, you remind yourself to let your head drop, and you remind yourself to turn your tailbone up and bring the weight forward. And so as long as you stay checked into your practice while you're practicing, those things will come up. If you get into a pose and then start making a grocery list, then those will not, come up as easily. So really do your best to stay fully engaged and in tune to your practice when you're practicing, so that you can develop a deeper practice on your own. All right, bend your knees, roll up the spine. Back up to standing. One more time, palms face forward, weight in your heels, full breath in. Let it go. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. And then just walk it out a little bit, bending one knee and then the other. Take the hands, the hands to the blocks like we had them before for that little modified downward dog, and take that pose one more time. So your feet are a little bit further back, they're out to the edge of your mat. And let's take one twist here. We've done this the past few weeks, I feel like a couple times. Right hand outside left leg, and then just kind of grab a hold of that outer leg and pull the body through. See if you can get a stretch underneath that right shoulder blade. You're looking underneath that left arm, not over it. And then back to center. And then switch. Look underneath the other arm, grab the leg, pull it through, breathe. And then back to center. Drop down onto your knees carefully. And we will come to, we will come to a reclined posture of your choice. So generally, I like to, start in the one where we're on the blocks, where we do a back bend, because that's an energizing pose. So I don't like to end class in that one, because it can be activating, and I want you guys to be able to go to bed soon. So some other options are, you can take, because y'all have props and stuff, if you want, you can take your blocks and you can lay a blanket or a pillow on top of them, or your bolster, and you can make a little support for your knees, so they're a little bit higher up than usual. That feels kind of good. It feels real good on the lower back and belly. You can always just take the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side. You could put your legs up in the air again like we had them earlier. Sometimes it's also just nice to lay a blanket across your hips, because it's grounding, or a sandbag. You guys have sandbags, most of you. Hi, baby. Sandbag on the hips, super grounding, really good during the fall season when it's windy and there's a lot of movement. Those sandbags are an awesome addition to our practice. Okay, so find whatever posture you're going to be in, and I'll take us through some breathing, and I'm probably going to leave you in the pose so you can stay there as long as you like. We'll do some ohms together if you want. You can do those laying down now. Okay, so just like I mentioned a few minutes ago, stay present. Try and keep your mind open, free of plans and lists and other things, and just really maximize your practice by staying quiet and still. This is how you supercharge your yoga practice, is to allow for full integration. That's what they call this posture. It's an integrative pose, where you integrate all of the energies that have been released and shifted and all that good stuff. Relax into the mat. Watch the breath. Okay, I just decided that you're invited to do a sound practice with me if you like. I'm going to do the seed sound for each of the chakras. You can either listen or join me for the second round. So the first sound is Lam, L-A-M. That's for the root chakra. So it sounds like Lam. Join me if you want. Inhale. Lam. The second sound is just below your navel. Second chakra is Vam, V-A-M. So it sounds like Vam. You trying to extend that V sound. Join me if you like. Vam. Third chakra, solar plexus, just below the sternum, is Ram, R-A-M. Sounds like Ram. Join me. Fourth chakra, heart, Yam, Y-A-M. Sounds like Yam. Join me if you like. Inhale. Yam. Sixth is your throat. It's kind of a weird, deep guttural H hum sound. Hum, hum, kind of like that. Okay, so join me. Inhale. Hum. Last one, third eye Om. We all know this one, so we can do this one together. Inhale. Om. Enjoy the vibration, the residual vibration in your body. I believe sound is one of the most powerful practices of yoga. Vibration is hugely powerful. And each of those sounds are said to correspond specifically with that chakra. And from millennia ago, this science was created. So I believe it came from somewhere really wise. Feels good to me. It's done things in my life. So that's what I trust. Speaking of vibration, I'm going to a concert. I'm going to leave you guys here. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you next week. Bye.